Ever felt like the golden years of Risk are over? That the new games have traded strategy for spectacle, depth for dice rolls, and glory for gimmicks? Well, today, that all changes. Everything has been dialed up past 11. The carnage, the utter intensity, blowing past every semblance of humane. This isn't just a new Risk release, it's an echo from the past, a sprint down memory lane. And it could very well be one of the best Risk games you never got to play. A game that's been almost forgotten, hidden, buried for 22 years. And they did it on purpose. Hey Leets, I'm Pones Jones, hacker turned board game hacker. Do this video an algorithmic favor by leaving a comment about your best loved Risk game down below. See, currently, we're living in dark times. Risk reprints, reskins, and big brand laziness. Where's the grit? Where's the glory? Remember when games felt like breaking into something sacred? Like you'd uncover a world you could fall into? Well, today, we resurrect all of it. Because in this video, we answer these 3 questions. What's this new Risk game all about? What makes this version better? And why has this game been hidden for 22 years? Oh, and finally, should you get one? Run it. In the not-so-distant future, Mars has been terraformed. No longer a red wasteland, it's now a battleground. Factions rise, armies gather, and commanders are commissioned. Ones that wield tech so powerful they can bend space and time, and control your mind. The war zones expand past the horizon, spilling onto the moons Phobos and Deimos, as they're linked by portal gates. But the moons of Mars are not the only thing floating through the deep dark of space. There's something else, not from here, that'll soon be arriving. Something that'll change the face of human life forever. Will you rise to lead your faction to dominance, or let your enemies from above and below destroy you in this short 5-year war? This isn't your dad's symmetrical Risk match. You've got 6 distinct player factions, each with their own loadouts and abilities. It's Risk, but finally completely shook it up. The board, based on actual satellite imagery of Mars, real ridges, canyons, and terrain names that are now terraformed with those all too recognizable water colonies. I love it. And then the gray zones. They're neutral territories. You can travel through them, but can't start in them. An epic twist I didn't know I needed. Now look up. You're not just taking Mars, you're taking the entire system. The anticipation is absolutely killing me. But I have a confession to make. This isn't actually a new game. It's something far more enticing. This is the official Lost expansion for Risk 2210 AD. Yes, everything I just said is real, and it stretches all the way back to 2001. Renegade Game Studios did something so outstanding, so extraordinary. This isn't just nostalgia, it's a full-on resurrection. The moment you open the box, it hits different. It's tight, it's heavy, with no pieces. Even comes with an old-school ad insert, nostalgia vibes fully activated. You use all the pieces from 2210, but now there's a new commander. The Tech Commander. Attacks with a 6-sided die, defends with an 8. Sounds a lot like the Diplomat. But wait till you see the cards. Transportation through devastated zones, time dilation that switches the turn order, teleportation of troops, mind control, forcing your opponents to discard a command card they just played, as if to change their mind altogether. These are real abilities that are unreal to play. And remember how I hinted at something big coming from the depths of space? Yeah, that wasn't a joke. It's an invasion of the giant amoebas. Reveal one of their cards each round. Sometimes they just invade a territory, but other times they'll steal your energy, let you eavesdrop on their plans, or just die off. It's chaotic, it's absurd, and they're really hard to kill. The invading amoebas ignite fluidity in the map, a welcome sidestep to the rigid definition of a Risk game. Couple that with the commanders, the decks, the space stations, the moons. This game is a snowball of ever-escalating engagement, topped with a healthy heaping of nostalgia. My childhood is bubbling over right now. But nothing is perfect, and I found some glaring issues. I'm a hacker, remember? The tech deck and Amoeba's artwork are, like the box art, too cartoonish. Also, Amoebas catch a cold and die really doesn't match the sleek, deadly vibes of 2210. This expansion needs its own expansion, cause you can't even properly populate the Amoebas on the map unless you already own the marble game Mancala. Risk didn't include enough Amoeba marbles. It's straight up embarrassing. What about the cards? They're very thin. Like you destroy them by sneezing. 2210 was a conflict on Earth, and besides commanders, it was all bots and machines. But now that we're millions of miles away on Mars, humans are everywhere. These cards feel exceptionally out of place. The moon maps, the white exterior border combined with the now non-symmetrical contour, well, it kind of feels like a kid drew it. Very clip-arty. I can't take it anymore. I thought I could live with this map, but I can't. Yes, it's based on satellite images, and sure, real maps don't always translate perfectly into board games. But this is atrocious. No Elysium Mons, no Olympus Mons, the biggest volcano in the solar system, all these iconic features deleted, and the names, total chaos. Utopia is where Hellas should be. Old telescope-era names are mashed together with modern ones. It's a naming explosion. And I've only made it through a third of the map. And the moons? Not a single real name. Those aren't maps, they're catastrophes. But have you ever wondered why you've never heard of this Frontline's Risk game? It's not because it flopped. Actually, it's the exact opposite. They purposely hid it from excessive popularity to locking it away for 22 years. The only question now is, why? Risk 2210 AD launched in 2001, and 1 year later it was handed the top prestigious Origins Award, and they wanted to keep that momentum going with expansions. They weren't for sale, they weren't mass-produced, and they weren't in stores. It was called the Frontline Program. It was a program to gift Risk 2210 AD tournament winners one of the following 4 rare modules that were released in order over the span of 6 months. Module 1, the Mars map. Module 2, Tech Commanders. Mod 3, Factions. And number 4, Invasion of the Giant Amoebas. Only a few hundred existed, and you had to win a tournament to get one, so they were highly valued. As per this Board Game Geek post, one winner at Gen Con sold his Mars and Moon boards for $400 because he couldn't transport it home. That's almost $800 in 2025 monies, and apparently there were 2 versions of the prized boards. The first year, the boards had no territory or colony names. The later boards did. That's totally wild. And if you have a pic of the first year board, I would love to see them. Avalon Hill also distributed at Gen Con exclusive Major Commander promo cards featuring face shots of the Risk 2210 developers. And now up on eBay for a reasonable price? Yes, the widely used internet was buzzing over Frontline, but the intense hype soon turned into confusion. Mass confusion. Since these prize winnings were so rare and completely unavailable to normies, The fan replicas started pouring in, trust me. Digging through BGG posts for real expansion pics is a nightmare, and I'm still not 100% sure if I'm unknowingly referencing fan-made replicas. Straight up, as a kid, I had no idea these official Frontline expansions even existed. I only ever saw the fan-made reworks. Oh, and the BGG official list of 2210's expansions claims 4 different seasons, but there was only ever Season 1 with 4 different modules. But after the tournaments dried up in the mid-2000s, so did the coveted prize winnings. The occasional new fan-made expansion would drop, like Antarctica, but the official releases stopped, and what officially already existed remained largely hidden from the public. Years ticked by as the masses were left out in the cold. Years ticked by as the masses were left out in the cold, feared to never actually see an official release of the Frontline modules. But the fall of 2023 happened. Renegade Game Studios came in with an expanded license agreement to include 2 more Risk games. They hit hard in 2025 with the 4 expansion modules all bundled together and reborn for this official retail release. See, the excitement is real, rounding off 22 years of exclusivity, scarcity, and fan replicas. No longer limited, no longer hidden. As far as I can tell, the cards, factions, and decks all read the same, only the artwork changed, which honestly needed to happen. Bull. The tech commander even got a new pose. But how's the gameplay? Well, it's extremely familiar. Like your favorite ice cream from your childhood, finally dancing across your taste buds once more. The captivation, anticipation, and strategizing bring back all the incredible moments that oozed from the original, just dialed up with more potency, more gambles, more chaos. If they could have just bottled this feeling, I'd be sipping on it all day long. But there's no need to bottle what's already been boxed. So we looked at what this new Risk game is all about, what makes this version better, and why this game was hidden from us for 22 years. And now, our final question. Should you get it? If you've made it this far, you're probably a Risk fan, a strategy fan, and like me, a sucker for a repeat of those glory days. Yes, it's been 22 years, and yes, the artwork is very cartoony. And don't forget, the maps are a slop fest. But that doesn't really matter, because it fills a gap we've felt for decades. A hole that we all thought would never be satisfied. You can now hold in your hand what only tournament winners got to hold, and it feels fulfilling. If you haven't guessed it by now, yes, get it. You can even grab one of the re-releases of 2210 to round out the entire experience. To the devs at Renegade, to the ghosts of Avalon Hill, thank you. Thank you for giving us a way to battle, to dream, and to play like it's 2003 all over again. But there's something else going on here. Sometimes games like Frontline rise from the grave, and other times they mash 2 franchises together into something unholy. And in this next video, I show you all the debauchery of Risk colliding with Warhammer 40k. It's everything heinous you could ever dream of, and more, all combined under one godforsaken lid. And it's almost like they ruined it on purpose.